Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing great. So, Phasmophobia just dropped its brand new update, version 1.00.025, and this one's got the community fired up in a good way. This update isn't some massive overhaul, but it's packed with enough new stuff, tweaks, and sweet energy to keep the game fresh, especially with the return of the Crimson Eye event for Halloween. It's that time of year again where the air feels heavier in the game, the maps look creepier than usual, and ghosts feel just a little more aggressive. If you've been playing Phasmophobia for a while, you know the devs love making October feel special, and this update definitely hits that mark. So let's talk about what's actually new, what matters for gameplay, and how you can make the most of this event, whether you're a veteran ghost hunter or just getting your EMF reader dusted off. First off, the big centerpiece of this update is the Crimson Eye event. It runs from October 9th all the way through Halloween on the 31st. That's a solid few weeks of boosted gameplay and rewards, and trust me, it's worth your time. If you remember the Crimson Eye from last year, you'll notice that it's back, but with a few twists. One of the coolest parts this time around is that the trophy you earn from participating isn't just a one-and-done collectible. It's now upgradable up to 3 times. That means the more you play, the better it gets, and the best part is your progress actually carries over to future events. So it's not like you grind all month and lose everything once the event's done. This time, your effort sticks, which is a really smart change from Kinetic Games. Now, the big gameplay twist this Halloween is the Blood Moon mechanic. Certain maps are guaranteed to have this Blood Moon weather effect each day, and when it's active, everything feels a bit more intense. Ghosts move faster, sanity drains quicker, and the general vibe is pure chaos. But it's the good kind of chaos, the kind that makes every hunt feel unpredictable and forces you to play smarter. It's like the game saying, okay, you think you've got this figured out? Let's see how good you really are. It rewards you for being efficient, for communicating well with your team, and for managing your resources. And if you manage to survive and complete your objectives, your payout gets a nice bump. So yeah, higher risk, higher reward, that's the theme this time. Speaking of maps, the event features a rotation system. Every day, certain maps are guaranteed to have that Blood Moon active. The list includes classics like Tanglewood, Willow Street, and Edgefield, plus some of the creepier ones like Grafton and Bleasdale Farmhouse. Even Camp Woodwind and Point Hope are part of it, which is awesome because those maps already have that eerie vibe that fits the Halloween theme perfectly. So, whether you like tight, claustrophobic houses or bigger, more open maps, there's something in rotation that'll suit your playstyle. And of course, even the maps not in rotation still have a chance of getting the Blood Moon, so don't get too comfortable. Anything can happen. Now let's talk about one of the most talked about mechanics this time around, the Moon Altars. These things are scattered around the maps, and they're directly tied to the event's objectives. They're now usable, which means once you interact with them, they disappear. That might sound small, but here's the key detail. You need to take a photo of them before you interact because that's how you get the unique media credit. If you forget to snap that photo, it's gone. No redo, no second chance, so make it part of your team's routine. One person photographs it, then someone else interacts with it. It's a simple step, but it makes a big difference, especially if you're trying to complete personal and community goals. And speaking of goals, this event has both personal and team objectives. Completing your personal goals helps you level up that Crimson Eye trophy, while community goals unlock bigger collective rewards for everyone. That combination of individual and group progress is a really cool touch because it makes you feel like part of a bigger picture. Even if you're just playing casually, your progress contributes to the global total. And honestly, that's something more live service games should do. It keeps everyone engaged without making it feel like a grind. But let's not forget, this is Phasmophobia we're talking about. So you still need to bring your A game. The ghosts are meaner during Blood Moon hunts. You'll notice they're quicker to react, they patrol differently, and your sanity can plummet before you even realize it. If you're used to stretching out your investigations and hanging around too long, you'll need to change your approach. Efficiency is everything now. If you want to survive, you need to move fast, get in, gather your evidence, complete your optional objectives, and get out. That means your loadout matters more than ever. For the Blood Moon event, the essentials are sanity pills, crucifixes, smudge sticks, and cameras. Sanity pills are your lifeline since your sanity drains faster under that red-tinted sky. Crucifixes are critical for preventing early hunts, especially in smaller maps where the ghost's roam radius can cover most of the space. Smudge sticks are your emergency escape plan. Make sure someone always has one lit and ready when the ghost starts getting aggressive. And of course, don't forget your camera, because those photos of the moon altars and event-related phenomena can boost your earnings and help complete objectives. Communication is key too. If you're playing with friends, divide responsibilities. Have one person focus on gathering evidence, another on documenting everything with photos, and a third on managing tools like smudge sticks and crucifixes. The faster you can coordinate, the higher your chances of surviving those blood moon runs and climbing up the leaderboards. And yes, console players finally get access to leaderboards with this update. It's a nice addition. It's a nice addition, especially for those on PS5, Xbox Series, or PSVR 2. You'll be able to see how you stack up against others, though note that crossplay settings affect who appears on your board. It's a little thing, but it gives console players something extra to chase this season. One thing I really appreciate about this update is how the developers didn't just recycle the old Halloween event and call it a day. They brought back what worked, improved it, and added subtle touches that make the experience smoother. For example, the performance fixes and visual improvements may not sound exciting on paper, but you'll feel them in-game. Fewer frame drops, smoother lighting, and less visual stutter during intense hunts, it all adds up to a more polished experience, especially for VR players. And let's talk about the atmosphere for a second, because Phasmophobia absolutely nails it every Halloween. That blood moon glow is eerie but beautiful. The lighting changes make even familiar locations feel brand new. Shadows are deeper, the fog rolls in thicker, and the ghost's presence feels more intimidating. It's like the whole world is conspiring against you. You can tell the team at Kinetic really understands that horror isn't just about jump scares. It's about tension, pacing, and that slow realization that you're not as safe as you thought. For anyone who hasn't jumped into the event yet, here's a quick piece of advice. Don't rush straight for the Blood Moon maps until you've warmed up on a regular one first. It's tempting to go for the big rewards right away, but if you haven't played in a while, the difficulty spike can catch you off guard. Use a normal map to shake off the rust, get your communication back on point, and then go for the Blood Moon challenge. Once you've got your rhythm, the event maps become a lot more manageable and a lot more fun. Another cool aspect that might go unnoticed is how the event encourages different playstyles. Some players love the slow, investigative approach, carefully checking every corner, documenting evidence piece by piece. Others prefer the fast-paced, chaotic approach, pushing through objectives and baiting hunts for excitement. This event manages to reward both. If you're careful and methodical, you can still earn a ton by documenting everything properly and minimizing risks. If you're aggressive and confident, you can chase bigger payouts by completing Blood Moon missions quickly. It's flexible, which is part of why Phasmophobia keeps such a loyal player base. And let's be real, events like this remind you just how far the game has come since launch. Remember when we barely had a few maps, limited equipment, and ghosts that behaved more like confused NPCs than terrifying entities? Now we've got an evolving meta, unique weather systems, rotating events, leaderboards, and trophies that track your progress over time. It's wild how much the game has grown without losing its core appeal. That mix of unpredictability, teamwork, and pure tension still hits every single time. The best way to approach the Crimson Eye event is to think long-term. Don't burn yourself out trying to max out your trophy in one night. Spread your sessions out, enjoy the atmosphere, experiment with new strategies, and contribute to those community goals. The devs clearly built this event to be something you come back to over the month, not something you rush and forget. Plus, because progress carries over to future events, anything you do now will matter down the line. It's basically setting the stage for a continuing series of connected events, and that's pretty exciting. One last thing to mention is how this event feels more inclusive for console players. Leaderboards and trophy progression syncing properly across platforms make a huge difference. In the past, console players sometimes felt like they were getting a second-hand version of the PC experience, but now it's much closer to parity. The gap's getting smaller, and that's a big win for the community as a whole. So overall, Update 1.00 and 1.0025 might not be the biggest content drop in Phasmophobia's history, but it's one of the most enjoyable. It's focused, it's polished, and it gives you that perfect excuse to jump back into ghost hunting just in time for Halloween. The Crimson Eye event feels like the right mix of challenge, reward, and spooky fun.